We're going to go over basically the dissection microscope. We have two light microscopes, and one of them is a dark field microscope as well. So we can use it in both modes. The problem is with one of those, we would like a illumination source from the bottom. We don't have it. All we have is a dark field apparatus. So I'll show you how to align that, and we'll illuminate that.
So can I ask a question about that?
Go for it.
So I actually put a light underneath.
Yeah.
Underneath,
yeah.
and it was worse than the side light.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
Yeah, it can do that because it's basically dark field is basically based on contrast and density.
Okay.
So when you look at something, you're looking actually at the shadows. Okay. So you're seeing the contrast in the shadows and whatever density the object has. Yeah, when it illuminates, most things that are really small are clear anyway.
Yeah.
So you won't really see them.
So you want something. Which is why you want probably a low light source.
Yeah, you can do a low light source, and you can do certain things in contrast. If you stain a cell, which if we had gram stain, it's one of the things I want to get.
Yeah.
Is gram stain. So you can actually stain the cells, and then you can see certain parts of it. And there's one of the biological tests is called gram stain. You stain it, and it'll tell you.
What is gram positive?
Gram negative. Yeah, exactly. And that's a really big clue to what your organism is. So.
Yeah,
makes sense. Yeah, but
so
what's up?
Can we make it brighter?
The illumination?
Yeah.
Or the dark field?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can turn.
I cranked it all the way up.
Yeah.
It's still kind of dim. So
it's supposed to be kind of dim.
Is it supposed to be?
Well, one thing I just checked it. I took the light source off. You need to align the light source, and I'll show you guys how to do that. So, and there's some other optics in there that might need to be aligned as well, and we'll work through that. But I wanted to come a little earlier too, but it needs to be cleaned badly. It's really dirty, so that will probably help a lot. But the first thing I'll show you guys is just the dissecting scope. It's the easiest of anything. It's easy to understand. It's just like a magnifying glass. And then we'll pop some, grab some creek water. We'll pop some of that and see if we can see anything. I don't know if there'll be anything in there, but there might be. And then we'll make a few wet mounts, and we'll see if there's any wet mounts. I brought a slide that is pre-made from Semrock. So they have fluorescent dyes in there. We'll see if we can actually see some fluorescent dyes. I actually do have some filters that we can filter on and filter the light. I don't know if dark field and filtration will work because we don't have the proper optics to look at everything, but we'll try. So, but you'll get a feel for what's going on. So, cool.
We should steal some dinos.
We could.
You know, actually, I have spirulina, so I'm going to bring some spirulina in, and we can look at that. Actually.
Yeah, no, that would be great. If you want to do it right now, we could do that.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any here.
Oh, okay.
But the dinos.
God, this is so easy. This is focus. Okay. Bottom light, top light. You can have both of these on at the same time if you like. And then the zoom is up here. Okay, so if you need to zoom in, you can independently focus both of these eyepieces. Okay, and I would suggest. Do you guys know what your strong eye and weak eye is? Do you guys know how to figure that out? Yeah. Okay, so you start with your strong eye, and then you focus the other one to weak eye. Okay, and you can just do that whatever it takes. I think this thing actually does come off, so you can clean it too. But you should be able to focus that as well. But these move back and forth. So I brought some very large petri dishes in. We were going to toss these in because the package is open, and once the package is open, you can't use them. This is just creek water.
I will find use for them here.
I'm sure you will. This is a great use for them, actually. So I'm going to grab a long pipette.
A tip?
Yeah, this would be great.
Oh, it's just creek water.
Creek?
Like from
No.
nature.
This. Good stuff out of you.
From nature. Isn't that the one thing we're not supposed to have in here?
Actually, that's not true. You can bring things in, you just can't grow anything from those.
Yeah.
So if I was to culture this, then I couldn't have this in here.
I specifically remember them mentioning pond water in the safety thing.
Yep. Yeah, so I couldn't bring it in and grow it, but I can bring it in. Do we have broken glass?
We have a container.
That's what I need.
Sharps.
Anyone has gloves on? Yeah, it's the sharps. There. So I do have an adapter for these, so you can put your iPhone on. So that's on its way.
Oh, you do have an camera adapter?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
for
cool.
your iPhone.
Excellent.
So that's optical microscope and binocular.
This is just a dissecting scope. It's like a big, just like a big magnifying glass.
Uh-huh.
That's all.
And what's its rating? What's its
So these guys are 10x, or these are 15x. I'm sorry. So you divide 15 power times whatever zoom you have on top.
Yeah.
So this goes up to 3.
45.
I think we just got lots of dirt.
Multiply. 3 times 15. The ocular 15.
One more thing about this microscope too. This actually comes out. I don't remember how it comes out, but it does come out. The bottom will come out, and it should fit a petri dish, a normal size petri dish. So you can put it in there. You guys can look under here. I don't see anything. This is pretty much ugly, but you can look and see if you see anything.
Clean water.
Yeah, well, not really.
Clean, yes.
With a higher magnification, you'll be able to see some bugs in the color.
Yeah, but I'm looking for like small invertebrates. That's what.
Oh, I see.
This one illuminates from the bottom. Let's see if we get there. Okay. So let's see if I can move this so you can see some of these things. So it doesn't. It's missing. It's missing one part. So this ring right here is supposed to have a diffuser in it, and it does not. Okay, and that will spread the light out a little bit and make it a little bit more even. Without that diffuser, you see that ring?
Yeah.
Okay, so without that diffuser, it's going to cause a little bit of a problem because it might have hot spots, and it won't let the illumination be even, and that's kind of what you want. But for this scope, you'll be okay.
Maybe put a little piece of paper in there or something?
You can, but it probably would be better just to have the regular piece.
Yeah.
Okay, underneath the stage here, there's a wheel. This wheel acts like an aperture, okay, and it kind of gives you a different depth of field and different illumination. And you can cut off a lot of the light that's coming up through the light source through this, so you're kind of cutting off some of the power. Okay, some of the professional microscopes have like a slide. It's basically like an aperture you can close down and open up depending on what you want, and it's variable infinitely. Yeah.
Or like a little shutter.
Right. It's like a little shutter, so you can close it down. So yeah, you can just try it under different ones of these, and it does help you focus because it kind of gives you like a narrower plane of light to kind of look through. Okay. So, can someone do me a favor? I need I need a little scrap of magazine or a piece of paper or something like that. That would be, and it needs to have writing on it. And newsprint works really well. Newsprint works really, really well. Something with printing on it.
Here's a note that's.
That's perfect. So we're just going to tear it. This is kind of one of the ways they check microscopes. So we'll take this and you'll actually put it on here, but you'll put it on wet. That's great. So just wet it down. And typically, once you wet it down, it tends to stick to the glass. Right? Which is perfect. And then you can take a piece of cover glass.
What does the cover glass do for you?
The cover glass makes it flat, right? So it's a flat surface, flat optical surface for you. And it allows you not to put your expensive objective into your sample, and then you have to clean your sample off your objective. When you're dealing with fluorescent things like dyes and markers, if you contaminate your objective, then you actually start getting like more background. So I just want to make a little something to look at, so we have something going on. So when you, well, I'll explain some of the parts of the. So obviously this is the stage. This goes up and down, right? So coarse focus, fine focus. Okay, so these are the two little holders for your slide. These should be loose. These should not have a lot of tension on there because you don't really need to like nail it to the thing. You'd rather want your slide to move around and break and deform than have it not deform. So I would highly recommend having these pretty loose when you're putting a sample on. If you work in an inverted scope, what we have is a vacuum system. So when the objective actually hits the slide, it pops the vacuum and then it can't damage the objective by being held down there. But in this one, you have the ability to basically ram. Oh, this one you don't. Okay, that's good. Sometimes you have you might have it on that. The ability to ram the objective into the slide. And then people will move it across and then scratch it. So, okay. So let's see what.
So the range on this?
So yeah, I'm just looking at that. It's 10, 4, and point. That one isn't right. I know that one's not. 0.4. This says 10, 4, and 0.65. But that's the aperture on it, not the actual zoom. I don't know what that one is. I bet you it's 40. So this is 10x, this is 4x, and this one I think is probably 40. And this is a 10x as well. So
40 to 400.
40, 100, and yeah, probably 400. So when you go to focus on something on a microscope, you always start in the lowest lowest magnification. Is there a second power switch?
No, it's not.
I got it.
There you go.
Yay. Oh, this is awesome. By awesome, I mean not so awesome. We're like so far away. We need to go up by like a lot. Like you can see it almost resolve in the.
So what does this pin do here?
That might actually be a source.
Oh yeah, maybe that's blocking.
Yep. Stop.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, excellent. Fantastic. Okay. Give it a good letter. Okay, so right now we're in the interface of that U. So when you look at it, you can actually see like the fibers of the newsprint. And that isn't that hard.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
But go ahead, yeah, take a look. And then I'm going to put a